When I'm up for a day at the beach, I head for the sunnier side of Windward Oahu, Kailua. But there's a whole lot more here I want to share with you today, such as French-inspired local dishes at Nico's restaurant on the edge of Kailua, a chocolate factory in the middle of Kailua, and a taro field in Manoa. So stick around, this is gonna be cool. I'm Sue Jorgensen. I'm a former magazine editor and a current Kūpuna. I love staying active, local food, and discovering new things. Join me as I search for things that are cool for Kūpuna.
Cool for Kūpuna is brought to you by HMSA and Premier Benefit Consultants.
I live on the windward side of Oahu, so I was so excited when Nico's came to Kailua. You know, we've all been to Pier 38, but Nico's Kailua, now this is special. Let's go check it out. Hi guys.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Aloha.
Can we go talk stories?
Sure.
Right on.
Yeah. We opened up in 2017.
2017.
Yeah, it's pretty new.
Yeah, well, I found you. A lot of people have found you.
Yeah.
And we found it to be a wonderful place because it just feels like you're outside even though you're in with the air conditioning right here by the canal.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming to Kailua.
Oh, thank you for coming. Yeah.
Yeah, is Windward special to you? I mean, is there a reason you chose this side of the island?
We live on this side. So I grew up in Kaneohe, and we've lived there the whole time we've moved back.
Yep. No
And
place like Kaneohe, right?
Nothing like Kaneohe. So
I'm a little bit biased too.
So at one point we thought, well, how can we bring our model over to the windward side?
2017 here, but you've been in food business for quite a while. And tell me a little bit about your background. I mean, you both work the business. I mean, I know how hard you work. How did this happen that you began a restaurant together?
Well, well, it started basically for me growing up in France. You know, growing up around food, during family reunions. My great uncle was a chef.
Oh.
Pretty good, famous chef for actually the Monaco prince and princess at the
He
time.
cooked for royalty.
So Princess Grace, yeah,
Whoa.
he was cooking for the family, and then he was chef for big hotels, and so every time I was around him, looking at what he was doing. Of course, my grandmother. So I grew up around food, and you know, I did what I'm supposed to do. You know, wash dishes, clean vegetables, peel these, clean chicken, and all that stuff, and that's how I grew up, and in a restaurant business.
Yeah, you grew up in the kitchen, I guess.
Kind of,
kitchen.
yeah.
Kitchens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have the menu, the way it's designed, you have a local favorite dishes. So anywhere from loco-moco beefs to chicken katsu, all the favorite stuff, right? But every time I put a little twist to it. So for example, our beef stew at the restaurant, I cook it the same way we make a beef stew in France.
Speaking of the French dishes that you make, would you be willing to show me?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. We're gonna do a cold raw dish and with ahi tombo.
Okay, awesome. Do I get to taste?
Of course, yeah.
That's all I'm hearing. That's all I care about. Okay, let's go.
All right, thank you.
Nico's going to share with us one of his recipes.
Correct.
And let's let Nico tell us.
It's a raw dish with a fish right there. We're gonna showcase today ahi tombo, and we're gonna do some demo with that fish. It's a nice alternative for any spikes of price hike, you know, for fresh ahi, especially right now. The price is really high, so ahi tombo is on the cheaper side. So here it is. This is a nice.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Loin. This is coming from a fish market in town at Pier 38.
Do you go and get it?
We go buy it at the auction every day, yeah. We're gonna use ahi tombo for a vegetation dish we're gonna make today, which is a poisson cru, you know, a raw fish, the definition of it, as a poke style of in Tahiti. So it's a very simple recipe, but easy to make, and it always tastes good. So I'm cutting like that, a little piece, and then we're gonna dice it up just the same way you do for poke. And I'm gonna do kind of smaller size bite. So we're gonna put all the fish inside the bowl. Here we go. The diced fish. I'm gonna put on this side like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
Okay. And now the next step is there's only like we have 3 or 4 ingredients going in. So we're gonna use a cherry tomato, cucumber, coconut milk. Make it cold.
Make it cold?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hawaiian salt, white pepper, and limes. Tahitian limes if you have. Otherwise, any limes from your lime tree or the store, whatever you want. At the end, we just put green onions inside the bowl, and we put more on top for garnishing.
For garnish.
Okay. Yeah, it's here and it's
This
easy.
is cool.
Super easy,
Tahitian.
fast, Tahitian style.
Okay.
Poisson cru, yeah?
Poisson cru.
You can put a bit of a green onion
Meaning
on
fresh
top,
fish.
Fresh fish. And that's it. All
Nice
right.
job.
Yeah.
Mmm. Ooh. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
As we move toward a brighter future, HMSA is here to help you live your best life. Whether you see a doctor in person, online, or after hours, getting quality care is easy and convenient when you've got options. Choose a plan that fits your lifestyle and needs. Here at home or around the world, get the care you need. When the only constant is change, HMSA is here with you. For the good times, for the tough times, for lifetimes. Learn more at hmsa.com.
During the pandemic, staying active is more important than ever to help prevent chronic diseases, including those linked to COVID-19 hospitalizations. Kūpuna faced the highest risk from COVID-19 and from being inactive. Walking to everyday destinations like the market, post office, and bank is a convenient way to get at least 30 minutes of daily physical activity. So grab your mask and join us. Let's get outside and get moving today. All right, Papa, let's eat.
Aloha! Camilla, Danny Kalikini. If you need Medicare insurance, there's only one name you need to know. Premier Benefit Consultants. You know, this Kama'aina company represents more Medicare Advantage plans than anyone else in Hawaii. And will give you good advice for free. Piakamai. Call Premier Benefit Consultants for Medicare advice you need and service you deserve. Mahalo!
Manoa Chocolate in the middle of Kailua. I've been waiting for this all day. Let's go check it out. Oh, I'm so excited to be
Hi,
here.
Sue.
Hi, Dylan. Nice to meet you.
Come on in, let's go check out the factory.
I can't wait. So Manoa Chocolate in the middle of Kailua. I'm with the owner, Dylan Butterball, and Dylan's going to show us how this is done. I mean, it's not just bars that you see in the store, but this is a factory. How does that work from bean to bar?
Right, so that's a wonderful question, and the first thing to understand is that we're able to grow this fruit here in Hawaii. And so what we're trying to do is develop an industry based on value-added agriculture. And so we can grow the trees, and then we can process the fruit that comes from that into finished chocolate bars, which is a really fascinating process. So this is a cacao fruit.
Fruit, okay.
So this is the pod.
Yeah.
So chocolate's actually a fruit.
Okay.
It originates that way.
It's good for us for many reasons. It's a fruit.
Yes, so eat as much as you want. Okay, but we'll get to that later. So chocolate starts as a fruit pod. It grows on mainly the trunks and main branches of some of these trees. They're not huge trees at all. Maybe, let's see, maybe up to 15 feet tall. You wouldn't want them to get taller than that, and then you can hand harvest them. So you'd want to walk through, and it's about this height that you'd be harvesting the fruit. So in this regard, it's very easy to harvest.
Yeah.
The fruit, you can see, they're kind of large. Now inside, it looks kind of alien.
It does. It doesn't look very appetizing.
No.
truthfully.
However, that pulpy white stuff tastes like lychee or soursop.
Ah,
So
that I could do.
I don't know if you're feeling brave, but if you want to grab one of those, you can taste the pulp that's around that seed. So don't bite it, just
Okay,
suck on the
just
pulp.
suck
Yep,
on
go
it.
ahead and grab one of those.
I'm gonna try this because I've never done this.
Yeah.
Pleasant.
If you have any questions on this, we can cover it. Otherwise, we're going to go watch some of the processing.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so let's follow me this way. This is 120 kilos of chocolate can be made here at a time.
Wow.
Every 3 to 4 hours.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a decent amount of chocolate. But here, you can go ahead and you can look inside there. We just entered our molding line room where we're tempering and molding chocolate bars. So you can see all the different bars from today.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'd...
Look at that.
These are all the different chocolate bars.
That is amazing.
So these are our 20-gram bars. We sell them to hotels like the Lalo. A number of other places take them as well. And this is a relatively new design of the mold. What we wanted to do is ensure that you could break off a good sized piece that was good for tasting.
That's exactly what I did.
There you go.
Exactly what I'm going to do again.
So this is our banana chocolate bar. This is part of our Flavors of Hawaii collection. Yeah, sure.
Banana.
Banana.
This is an amazing setup. So this is where you began your chocolate factory?
Oh, not at all. No, it started initially at the lab in the university and then lived in my parents' kitchen until my mom was like, you need to get out of here already. You're overwhelming. You're taking my kitchen up.
Tell me about Dora. Speaking of where you began.
Dora is where it all began. And so what we did in order to de-shell the cacao seeds, we understood the concept that it was airflow, and we had to figure out how to power a cracker. So we used this little bicycle, Dora the Explorer there, flipped it upside down and bolted its training wheels. We screwed the training wheels to the ground, and then I sat on a stool and I pedaled it. You can see I zip tied some slippers on the pedals there.
Your slippers, yeah.
And then that front wheel there spun a cracking device that we made out of PVC and plywood.
Favorite part of the tour, right?
This tends to be the most popular, yes.
Wonder why.
So what we're gonna do is something really interesting. It's kind of like a wine tasting. Let's try some cacao wine.
Cacao wine. Cacao wine. This is a first for me.
All right, and so now that you've tried the pulp so recently, this is all gonna make sense. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah, smell that?
Oh, nice. Cheers. Cheers to chocolate, Dylan.
To chocolate.
And to Manoa Chocolate in the middle of Kailua. Cheers.
Cheers.
A special mahalo to our community partners, Crime Stoppers Honolulu, the Better Business Bureau, and the Aloha United Way.
40 years ago, Crime Stoppers Honolulu was formed to make our community safer. With thousands of arrests, closure of cases, and millions of illegal drugs off our streets, Crime Stoppers Honolulu continues to reduce crime in our neighborhoods. And with student and animal Crime Stoppers, the safety of our residents and community continues to grow. With our great volunteers and community support, Crime Stoppers Honolulu looks forward to another 40 years. See something, say something, and stay anonymous. Together, we'll keep Honolulu safe. Mahalo.
When shopping local, where do you go to find the people and places you can trust? Our island values are important. We always show aloha, and ohana is more than just family. Here at BBB, we stand with the businesses you can trust, the businesses that care about local people and their values. From all of us at Better Business Bureau, we are here for you. Start your search for trustworthy businesses at bbb.org or on the BBB app.
Here in the shadow of Olomana in Mauniwili is Ho'okua'aina. Who would have known, right? A taro plantation right in the middle of Mauniwili. And we're gonna go and talk with the family, find out what it is about working this land and the passion behind having this lo'i that keeps them sustaining the aina and keeping us fed. Let's go see. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, aloha.
Aloha. first time for me to get in a lo'i, so this is going to be cool.
Yes, awesome.
Tell me a little bit first though about your family and about why this came about.
Well, it's kind of a long story. I'll try to keep it short, but it was about 14 years ago that my husband was working full-time up at the youth correctional facility.
Oh, yeah, right up the road.
Yeah,
right.
And interacting with the kids, the youth, having a hard time connecting with them because he was teaching English and he really wasn't having much of a connection through the books. Through the growing of kalo and the making of food, he started building relationship with the kids and they started learning more about their culture. So that was our big idea. What if we do this small thing at a larger scale? We really didn't have any intention of becoming farmers and had no desire to get into this lifestyle, but we had this growing passion and kind of a compulsion, we believe, from Keakua that these are the kinds of things that families need, that kids need to reconnect with the aina.
Wonderful mission. If Kūpuna want to get involved, what can they do?
Well, one of the great things, one of the silver linings of the pandemic for us was that we started up a program for Kūpuna who were feeling isolated and alone in their facilities or just at home. So we partnered with St. Francis Medical Center to do a series of virtual workshops. Today, moving forward, we would love to offer opportunities for Kūpuna to just come and have a visit, to volunteer if they'd like. They can get muddy, they can get in with staff and like you're gonna do today.
So I'm super excited because we get to hop in and harvest some kalo, and we have stages of lo'i and all different stages of growth. But this patch has been growing for about a year, and this patch is named Jared Patch, and we've been harvesting the makua, which is the parent plant.
Okay.
And that's what we use to make poi. So we can take a step in here.
Oh, right on.
Our lo'i are kind of deep. We have spring, it's spring fed.
Yeah, yeah.
So the best way to get in is to have a sat like this.
Okay.
And kind of get a feel.
Well, I wondered how deep it was going to be.
There shouldn't be anything sharp in here, but it feels really good.
Okay. There goes my pedicure.
I had a manicure. Obviously, you can see the weeds are growing in this patch already.
But your manicure's still nice.
We have to check your toes after.
For real, yeah?
Yeah, but...
okay, things live in here too.
Yeah, and so what
That was a toad.
Sometimes we'll use like a stick or like an o'o to break up the roots. But I can tell just by kind of digging in my hand, I'm feeling for the base. Awesome! Oh my gosh! Cool. You're gonna take my job. But this is
nice.
Yeah, so this is the makua, the parent plant. And this is gonna be the biggest one. This is a pretty good size one with a little keiki attached to it.
Ooh, that's a big one too.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Where'd you find that?
Right next to that one, yeah.
Oh, it's bigger. Okay, you in.
I'm gonna use this water, and we wanna first pull off all of these brown leaves.
Okay.
We wanna leave 2 leaves on.
Oh, so there's something down here. Something was moving. Okay, what?
So just like, you ever picked tea leaf before?
Yes.
Yeah, so same thing, you wanna work from the outermost leaf. And what we like to do is you like to hold it by the kalo.
Okay.
We don't wanna bend this stalk part.
Yeah, yeah.
And just kind of drag your finger down and rip the outermost leaf. Nice.
Never seen before, always first.
Yeah.
So many firsts. Kūpuna, so many firsts. There's so many firsts waiting for us.
Yeah, my grandma loves helping to come and clean kalo.
Dean, it was so much fun in the lo'i. First time.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed. Well, hopefully it's not your last.
Yeah, thank you. So now that we've done that, we are now, what are we doing?
Okay, well, so the kalo takes about a year to grow.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, so what we did to process it into poi, or to make it into poi, is we have our steamer. And then after the kalo is steamed for 5 hours, we go ahead and we take the outer part of the skin. It's called ohole. And then the next process is to scrape the skin off to clean off all of the things that you don't want in your poi.
Yeah.
That's called ihi. There's a lot of people who buy this taro here, And we call it aipa'a or kalopa'a, where it will be eaten just like a chunk. I refer to it as Scooby snacks because it's just pop them in your mouth and you're ready to go just like Scooby. And then the other kalo, we are going to cut it up and we're going to put it into our poi meal.
Okay, so poi meal is next.
Yes.
Okay.
This process here is where the kalo has been cooked, clean, cut. We run it into our mill here, and as you can see, it's coming out here. That's
beautiful.
Our poi.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Wow. Whoa, it looks beautiful and it looks ono.
What, like sample?
Can.
Yeah, hikino, here. So I'm gonna take one of my little scrapers over here, get you a little scoop.
Ooh.
Try.
Wow.
Just so around there.
You said like mochi, right?
It's just like mochi, so there's no water that's been added. It's very thick. We add a little water before we will put it into the bags.
So good, this poi is so ono. If you want to get some, you can order. You can go to their website, ho'opunaaina.org, and sign up for that, as well as there's a community newsletter where you can get notices of events that are coming up and schedule a visit to come out here yourself. So thank you so much for having us today, Dean, and your family. You're so much aloha here.
It's been our pleasure. Mahalo for coming.
Thank you.
Aloha.
Sue's Wardrobe is sponsored by Simply Sisters.
If you would like to watch this episode of Cool for Kūpuna again, visit our website, coolforkūpuna.com. Also, please follow us on Facebook for behind-the-scenes pictures, videos, and sneak peeks of upcoming guests and neighborhoods to be featured on the show. Cool for Kūpuna, Hawaii's show for Kūpuna with an active lifestyle.
Aloha, Kaniala, Danny Kalekini. If you need Medicare advice, call Premier Benefit Consultants. They'll give you good advice for free. But don't just take my word for it.
There are a lot of fishing lures out there. Some of them work much better than the others. Now, there's also a lot of Medicare advisors out there. And yes, some of them are much better than the others. So if you're looking for expert Medicare advice, go with the pros, Premier Benefit Consultants.
So call Premier Benefit Consultants for Medicare advice you need and service you deserve. Mahalo!
As we move toward a brighter future, HMSA is here to help you live your best life with a health plan that has it all. Get care from doctors you choose in person, online, or after hours, with prescription drug and vision benefits and help from local customer service representatives. Have it all for $0 with HMSA Medicare Advantage. HMSA is here with you. For the good times, for the tough times, for lifetimes. Learn more at hmsa.com/Medicare Advantage.
I'm here with Mark Faldo. He's one of the agents at Premier Benefit Consultants from the windward side of the island. Mark, it's annual enrollment period or annual election period. What does that mean? That you're very busy?
We're very busy, yes. It's the time of year, as you know, Sue, that people get to take a look at their plans and make sure that they're in the right place possible for themselves for next year. But it also is a time that we're very busy helping folks to make sure that they're getting ready for perhaps retirement. So we want people to know that, you know, at Premier Benefit Consultants, we do this year-round. We're, as I know, one of the only agencies that focus on Medicare only throughout the entire year. So I'm really busy with trying to help people that are retiring, getting ready to retire. And all this needs timing. And so we try to make sure that people understand what they need to do prior to doing it, right? And so that they don't make a mistake and perhaps have a lapse in coverage.
Right. That's important, right? Because we know of late enrollment penalties, and it's a big thing, right, when you lose or leave your employer coverage.
Yeah, it's huge. A lot of times the employers will tell people, you know, we'll take good care of you while you're here, but as soon as you leave the health plan at the door, and you're on your own, right? So a lot of folks are confused at that point, what to do, where to go, and we just put out a path, if you would, and guide them through, handhold everybody through this path on their way into transitioning into Medicare.
It's a great journey, speaking from experience. But you've been working with employers for many years.
A lot of years, yes, and it's one of my, passions of helping employers here in Hawaii, large and small, to be able to help their employees make this transition.
And as far as your passion working with the employers and the employees that are retiring, what about the Medicare beneficiaries themselves?
Well, you know, I gotta say that I truly enjoy that part of my work, working along with people. You know, I think it always comes back to how we all were treated by my parents growing up. We held a whole lot of high regard for doing things with respect, old school style, you know, that we're gonna be able to help people with compassion, right? And so that part of the business really is what I enjoy. It gives me the opportunity to just fall back on old school roots and values and be able to help folks with integrity, hard work, you know, and compassion.
Right, so we need someone like you looking over our shoulder, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, so subject matter experts at Premier Benefit Consultants. Mark is one of the experts. And thank you for being with us, Mark.
Oh, my pleasure, Shu. Thank you.
Did you enjoy Kailua as much as I did? I hope so, because this is it for season 1 of Cool for Kūpuna, folks. And what a great season it's been! From the watercress fields at Sumida Farm in Aiea to the darling goats at Sweetland Farm of Waialua and the breathtaking views of Rainbow Falls at OK Farms in Hilo. Tahitian-style poke by Nico, so ono, so unique. And what about the okazu at Kawamoto Store? So much to eat, never enough time. But don't worry, folks, Cool for Kūpuna will be back with a brand new season in January. I'll take you to meet Farmer Ed of Otsuchi Farm in Hawaii Kai, the Queen Beekeeper Jasmine of Believe Hawaii in Waimanalo, and Chef Steve, who will teach us the fine art of sushi making and eating at Sushi-i on Ke'emoku. Tune in for these episodes and so many more. Can't wait to see you back here Sundays at 5 p.m. Until then, malama pono, ahui ho.
We're spreading aloha from Keiki to Kūpuna. We malama aina to feed our ohana. Rebuild the fish ponds, plant up the lo'i. We are bringing back the old school Hawaii. We're spreading aloha from Keiki to Kūpuna. We malama aina to feed our ohana. Rebuild the fish ponds, plant up the lo'i. We are bringing back the old school Hawaii.
Cool for Kūpuna was brought to you by HMSA and Premier Benefit Consultants.